Well, start every single day for most people would be the dailies, and of course we have the national dailies here, and we'll be going through the headlines. So if you'd come with me, let's get started already. And we're going to start from the Punch newspaper this morning with the rubrics here. Big headlines: President's botched National Assembly briefing. Sands others hit Malami as AGF declares Buhari's invitation illegal. You'd find that on page 2. There are more riders here. An invitation that seeks to put the operational use of the armed forces to a public interrogation is a constitutional right of lawmaking beyond bounds, says the AGF. And there are other excerpts from Quakers and Falana on that one. A look at the photo story here. Tricycles, motorcycles and other contraband seized by Nigerian Customs Service North Central Zone during a press conference in Ilorin on Wednesday. And at the very top of the Punch newspaper, Punch wins Wole Soyinka Investigative Media Awards on page 17, and page 19, 700 road projects currently ongoing, says the federal government. Well, I wish I could see more of that. ASU, government lied, no agreement on strike suspension date, they say. At the bottom of the Punch newspaper, two rival cults clash, killed 20 in Ogun and drivers arrested 4 during last summer officials with pestle. And illegal gold mining. Senate seeks $9 billion revenue loss probe. At the very bottom, Reps bill. President risks impeachment over late cabinet formation. And finally on page 20, Reps accuse a Papa Gridlock presidential task force of extortion. Well, tell me about it. We move on now to the Nation newspaper for a Thursday, the 10th of December. Senators Malami opposed Buhari's invitation by Reps. AGF, President can't divulge security strategies. It's unconstitutional. And look at the photo story. Here, that's Eniola Williams of Nigerian Ports Authority, Minister of Transport Rotimi Amechi, Vice President Yemi Osibajo, Ms. Lillian Yenahu, and Director General Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety, Mr. Bashir Ajimo, at the launch of Nigerian Port Manual in Abuja only just yesterday. We are deliberating on government's offer, says ASU. That's about the ongoing strike. And federal government halts sale and registration of new SIM cards. At the very top of the Nation, new electoral act ready soon for Anambra and Ekiti polls. That on page 5. And Ohaneze, Masop tackle Northern Elder over remarks. Northern Elders, that is. Oshun NSAS activists disown fresh protests. Amoteku Corps arrest cattle rustlers in Ondo. That's on page 6. That's it on the front page for the Nation newspaper. Moving on quickly now, swift to the Guardian newspaper for a Thursday. Big headline: Constitutional crisis looms as Buhari shuns NASS invitation. NASS has no power to summon Buhari, AGF Malami insists, and Senate disowns Reps insists on removal of service chiefs. At the top of the Guardian, Bonuola, Falana, others shine at Wole Soyinka Media Award, and NCC suspends SIM cards registration by network operators. And Biden nominated first black defense secretary, that you can find on page 3. Akufo-Addo returns as Ghanaian president on page 3 as well. And at the very top, find this editorial on federalism is the answer after all. Now that's as much as we can take for the headlines this morning. Do stay tuned, because inside the second hour we might be giving you some more. But before then, we've got the weather coming your way, just so we know what it's going to be out like today.
Okay, hey,
yeah.
Thank you. And the weather. It's been sunny, just one day of rain.
But then the rains just pop in these days. You don't even know when it's going to happen. So you need to just like stay prepared.
Cool. Yeah, we love rain. On Monday, we're talking about secondary school experiences. And then after Monday, Monday was 7th. Yeah. Monday was 7th, yes, exactly. So Wednesday, yesterday, there's a video trending on social media, and the name Bridget Bema has been trending since yesterday. Bridget Bema. Bridget Bema is a Kenyan, and there's a video This video would probably, in the course of this discussion, get that video out to you if you have not seen it. But she is being, she's been called out for multiple offenses. Now, there's a noisemaker list. There's a disobedient
She's a secondary school student. She's a secondary school student. You didn't
Okay.
put that there. A secondary school student, right?
I think it's right. She's 9.
No. She was not a secondary school.
Nine.
It wasn't a secondary school. That
She's
was a
9.
primary
That's a
school.
primary school. Yeah, she's
And
9.
the list of offenses was that long.
She's
never
9.
reached
So
secondary
there's latecomers. There's
Disobedient
disobedient
students,
students.
school
there's
bully.
The school bully.
Noisemakers.
Noisemakers. Okay, we'll get to that video,
Wow.
but hey, come on, let's talk about really who was the
Okay.
who used to be in this kind of list in school.
First of all, let's establish the fact that Bridget Bima is a child comedian in Kenya.
It's not Bima.
Bema.
I like Bima.
Bima. Bridget Bima.
Bridget Bima is a child comedian in Kenya, and her elder brother, comedian. He's also a comedian, and his name is YY.
Okay.
So now, yeah, I know it looks too good to be true, but it turns out that it's actually a skit.
Okay, so
That was a skit.
the weird part about it was, you know, the way every single offense is, you know, the kind of offenses that were being called out. I was just so afraid for these children. Like the way they were called out is that I was afraid, like, this teacher is going to, like, at least, you know, flog them because he was holding a stick.
You know why the video
Let me
was
tell
trending?
you something. Okay,
The
go
reason
ahead.
why the video was trending was because people can relate with it. Yes, it was a skit, but hey, there are some of us
Yeah.
that their names were in those kind of lists and all of that. And the class captains who used to write those lists and all of that, they used to have beef for some people. So there were some people that were there. You see, corruption did not start at the top. It started from primary
the
school.
bottom.
From nursery school. That's where it started. So my point that people can relate with it because we had people that used to be in all this kind of lists. And
Exactly.
yes, they used to be there.
All right.
I was in the comment
Okay.
section
Okay.
of some people that posted it, and a lot of the comments were saying that someone like Bridget is probably going to be the most successful of all those kids.
Exactly.
That it's not the ones that are always goody two shoes and doing everything right that end up becoming rich and famous in the future.
True.
It's oftentimes those ones that were very stubborn when they were kids.
Now, talking about secondary school experiences, I'll start with mine.
Okay.
I had a lot of school mothers in secondary school because
more
I
than
had,
one school mother.
I had so many because I had a really long hair.
That's cheating.
So I think that was like an attraction. So every senior wanted to be, you know, my school mother. So morning preps, I won't go to class. I would be in the hostel.
You won't do anything.
I won't do anything.
Okay, let's hold
Let's
some thoughts
let's
on
hold that thought.
Let's
and then let's show
show you
the
a short
video.
part of the clip.
There are students here who are not disciplined. And I'm going to call you, I have the list here, and I'm going to call you out for your punishment. If you know you are not in the right school uniform, come in front and kneel down here. Quickly. Kneel down here. Kneel down and press them. Now, second category, if you know you are supposed to sweep and you didn't sweep, I have your names here. Number 1, Christina Chien. Where's Christina Chien? Come here. Kneel down here. Number 2, Sajon Ochien. Where's Sajon Ochien? Come here. And you're laughing. You're laughing and you're going to be killed. And the last one, Bridget Bema. Okay? Mother tongue speakers. Asin Ochien. Kneel down here. Jevins Mabel. Kneel down here. Bridget Bema. Let's come us. Lois Anyango. Where are you? Where's Lois Anyango? Lois Anyango, come here. Kneel down here. Evans Onyango. Where's Evans Onyango? Kneel down here. And again, Bridget Bema.
Bridget Bema.
Bridget Bema.
Let's hear Mazido's thoughts on this. Really.
Honestly.
Do we have time? I don't know if we have time to hear from Mazido. Mazido, we might not
I
have.
could not.
Okay.
I could not wait for you guys to actually come back to me. Because I really I wanted you guys to experience my East African accent. But the fact is, I want to argue that it's a real video, first off. And the reason why I want that to be my point of entry is this, that it seems that we celebrate indiscipline, quite frankly. Look how Bridget Bema has become so notoriously popular after so little time for doing something that is actually indisciplined.
Exactly.
She's in the category for every single list that was called out. As of yesterday, she had 300 followers. Now she has almost 4,000 followers in less than 24 hours.
Wow.
It's a child we are celebrating for being indisciplined.
She has been called a Malian, Kenyan brand.
She's a
That's all we can take on this just now. We'll take this time out. Let's know on social media. Are you a Bridget Bay man? Hashtag Wake Up Nigeria TMC at TMC Connect. We'll be right back.
Up Nigeria. And guys, this is my favorite part of the show, just so you know. And with me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Isaac. Hello. Good morning. All right, so Chef Isaac came looking like a hunter this morning, ready to kill. No, of course, not anyone on the set, but ready to, you know, serenade our taste buds, as always, with all the chefs that we have here on the show. And this morning, he'll be making sauteed potatoes with chicken and gravy sauce. Fantastic. I told you guys that you are about to be wowed. All right. So, Chef Isaac, what are the ingredients you're working with this morning?
Yeah, the major ingredient here, we have the Irish potato, which we're going to saute them firstly. So you have a chicken here. But though chicken can be optional if you don't want to use it, because I'm making gravy sauce. So a lot of people want to use the normal plain gravy sauce without using chicken. But I love using chicken. I love using stock, chicken, beef, or whatever you want to use.
You're very passionate about this meal. I like the dedication.
Yeah. So I have my parsley here. I have my celery. I have.
Is this celery?
Yeah, this celery.
Oh, guys, I've always wondered what celery looks like.
So I have my garlic cloves here, which I usually use for all my meals because of the health impact of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I have my flour, which I use for the gravy sauce.
Thicken the
to
sauce.
thicken the sauce. I have my salt for taste. I have my nutmeg, basil, dry basil, and I have my tomato, the carrot, and the onions. So basically, we're going to start with the onions.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how do we begin this process? What we need to do?
Yeah.
I know, okay, our heater is on. Do we need to boil the water first?
Exactly.
What are we doing with the potatoes first?
Yeah, we're going to peel it. Okay. We're going to peel it, then we cut it, we parboil it. Yeah. Then after the parboiling, during parboiling, you can start making your gravy sauce.
Okay.
You can now saute our Irish potato.
Okay.
Yeah, so the first...
All right, so sorry, hold that thought for a minute.
Okay.
For those of you watching, we're about to see the menu right now. It's about to go on. So, you pay attention and look through that list if you are interested in making this dish. Right, so Chef Isaac is here and we are about to get cooking. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is Wake Up Nigeria, and of course Chef Isaac here in the kitchen with me, and this morning he's making sauteed potatoes with chicken in gravy sauce. So, is there any other protein you can use aside from chicken?
Yeah, you can use beef.
Okay.
Yeah, the steak. You can use the steak.
Can you use turkey, because I'm a turkey lover?
Great. It's very nice. You can use any stock you want.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So let's get cooking. What are we doing with the Irish potatoes? Are we boiling it, cooking it?
Yeah.
For how long?
Within 10 minutes, it's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, first because we don't slice it very tiny, not that big. So we start peeling it first. So
okay, so do you need me to do anything from you? Because I am your sous chef.
Okay.
So whatever you need me to do, let me know, and I'm at your service.
No problem.
All right, great stuff happening here on the show. Yes, I'm pretty excited about this morning's breakfast because I love potatoes. And yes, talking about garlic, one of the health benefits is because it is an antioxidant, and what antioxidants to do basically is to fight off all those unwanted radicals in your system. And you can read up on it. They've got really amazing health benefits. All right, so right now, this is very
so they're just gonna peel these.
okay. Potatoes are, well, you could also get the ones off the stores, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. For those of you
But
who don't like to go through stress.
it's always good to come very fresh, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there's still so much more happening here on the show. And next up, we have our art display. For you lovers of arts, we are here for you. Take it away, Titi.
Wonderful potatoes. I'm looking forward to that one. On our display today, we have arts curator, content creator, and of course, crafts maker, Ifeanyi Chukwu Oremeka. How you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning.
You have a lovely smile.
Thank you.
I love the gap tooth.
Thank you.
Maybe I'll think of doing that some some other time, surgically or something. But hey, come on, it's great to have you. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
Our first art segment since we got back. And you have lovely stuff here. You are a curator, you are a crafts maker and all of that. Let's talk about how this journey started for you.
Okay, I think art is something that's always been in me, even while I was in the sciences.
You were in the sciences?
Yes, I did sciences
Are you
throughout.
serious?
Yes, but there's always been something arty about me. So I'm just expressing myself now.
I'm
That's
just
what
curious to
doing.
find out, did you do science because you wanted to do it or because your parents wanted you to do science?
I think I wanted to do it. I
Okay.
didn't think my parents pushed me to do anything. I wanted to do it.
Okay.
But there's always been this art part of me. But you know, because of the system here in the country, they make you believe that when you are doing the sciences, you have to be a geek and not, but
Exactly.
today I'm doing this.
You're doing
Yes,
this. Okay,
yes.
but professionally, you've been doing this for what, 2 years now?
Yes, the crafts for
Okay.
2 years, but the curating for about 5 years.
Okay, so what exactly is curating? When you say curating of
Okay,
this kind of stuff, what do you mean?
So I curate art.
Okay.
I curate art. I'm a curator, so I
Okay.
curate for artists. I do curate for exhibitions and all of that.
Okay, and
That's
all
what
of
I
that.
do.
Okay, now you're wearing lovely stuff. There's
Thank you.
also a lot of stuff I can see around here. Let's break it down. You're with a basket there. Are you
Yes.
the one that made this basket? It's I can see the design on it. Let's talk about this basket.
Okay,
The one
so
you're with.
what I do, I like to take pieces and transfer them to masterpieces. So I
Okay.
get bags like this. Instead of me to carry it like this, I paint on them. So
Okay.
it takes it away. So for some of them, I also not just paint.
Okay.
I also, attach a leather strap.
I
So
like
it's
this.
no more the common raffia bag that you see.
I like
it's
this.
now, art.
Art.
You go,
Okay,
yes.
so you were the one that came up with this strap.
Yes.
This strap also was in
Yeah,
here.
yes, I came up with that. So
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And I like this. So what do you keep
Yes.
inside this kind of baskets?
So you can carry it out. It's a handbag, It's a handbag,
Handbag.
yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, I like this. This is different. I'm going to take me one. All right, but
Okay,
then
no
on this
problem.
particular handbag, I can see
Okay.
some beautiful earrings. I mean,
Yes.
there's a map of Africa here. I love this
Exactly.
one and all of that.
Exactly.
What material did you use to get this together and how
Okay,
did you put
so
this
I
together?
use for my ornaments, the body ornaments, I use a mixture of different things. See, I pick from different places.
Okay.
I've used a stone that I saw on the floor before that looked nice to make something. I've used screws from lamp holders. I just try to do, make some different things that are not common, so that many times when you ask me to remake something, I cannot remake it because I cannot find that particular. I'll just make
Exactly.
another design for
And
you.
does
yes.
that makes it unique? That means that
Yes.
every single thing you see, you're not going to see it in mass.
Exactly.
You're going to see that thing unique. Now, I love
Exactly.
your earrings, by
Thank
the
you
way.
very
Like the
much.
earrings are everything for
Thank
me.
you
Let's talk
very
about what material did you use to
So
put the earrings together?
here
those
I
earrings?
used jute.
Okay.
I used fabric.
Okay.
I also used stones.
Wow, that's quite different. But there's one that might contest for that one as the most lovely there. The peacock feather
Yes, the
earrings.
peacock feathers.
This is lovely.
So thank you very much. So I thought of it. I said, I was able to get peacock feathers, and I said, okay, let me make accessories that people can wear. If I make a hand accessory, you might, not really be able to handle that. But as an earring, this is a statement. If you wear this anywhere, you make a statement. Very
In
bold
fact,
statement, yes.
I've played around piercing my ear for a very long time.
Okay.
But I would say that stage of youthful exuberance, I've gone past it. But maybe I might return. When I see this kind of thing, it is going to be nice to put...
Well, you don't have to pierce your ear to wear this. I can also create it and put a stud for you where you use a magnet.
I use a magnet. Okay. We need to get her back very soon. I need that magnet. But then I can see some arm bands there and fans and all that. Let's talk about that.
So I use leather to make bracelets. Sometimes I attach put designs on it. Just make unique pieces. I go to
Let's see
source
this.
for my leather.
Because I know the way...
So you have
the way this
pure,
is coming back. Me and my cousin, I'm not sure we're letting this stay.
leather. Exactly.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful, wonderful. Let's see the next one. Next set.
So okay, so these are called
see the next set.
coasters.
Okay.
They can also be used for table mats.
Co-stars?
Yes. You
Wow.
can use them as table mats. So I said, I decided to turn it to art. So now that I painted on it, instead of it to use it as table mats, now you can now hang it on the wall as art.
Wow,
So
this
it's
is
no
lovely.
more table
I
mats,
could spend
yeah.
1 hour talking to you. She had a lot
Yes.
more, but there was so much we could not bring on set here.
Yes.
If we had brought it, we would have changed the whole concept of Wake Up Nigeria.
Exactly.
But if I can call you that, thank you very much for coming on the show
Thank you
today.
very much.
And yes, wishing
Thanks
you all
for
the
having
best.
me. Thank you so
All
much.
right, wonderful, wonderful. So, wow, my sister, this can take us for like 1 month. We'll have enough with that. All right, we'll take this short break now, don't go nowhere. Of course, MM is in the kitchen. We'll get to see how far she has gone.
Wow. Lucy, girl, Lucy. Oh, that was amazing, LT Skills. Thank you so very, very, very much. Wow, what a way to start up your day. We're still here live on Wake Up Nigeria. And of course, with me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Isaac. And this morning, we'll be making sauteed potatoes with chicken in gravy sauce. And now, Chef Isaac, over to you. What are the ingredients we're working with this morning?
Yeah, so I'm working with my Irish potato.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my chicken, and garlic cloves, and have my flour here, which I'm going to use to take it in.
Okay.
It's an sitting engine. Yeah, so I have my black pepper here for the taste and everything, salt, my nutmeg for the gravy sauce.
Okay.
Then tomato, actually, it's going to be a side salad after the dish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are not heating up the tomatoes.
No, we're not heating up.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're just basically for garnishing.
Exactly.
So what's the process for this? Because I see you cutting up the potatoes already, and our water is boiling.
Exactly. So
Okay.
I'm cutting it like this, so I can boil it.
Okay.
So you can get a very soft part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, great. So I'm just going to cut it to leaves.
So after cooking the potatoes, is there
Okay.
anything we are doing with it?
Yeah, exactly. You just going to, I'm going to fry a little. That's for me. A lot of people don't fry it. They just saute it with onions and some probably celery, whatever. Yeah,
okay.
whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Like stir fry.
Exactly, stir fry.
Okay.
I'm
But
ju-
because you're a chef, you call it sauté. Okay.
No.
Fantastic. And then what do we do with our chicken?
Yeah, this chicken, like I said in the first place, a lot of people don't use chicken for the gravy sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, they just do it plain. But I'm going to use my chicken for the gravy sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, so in other words, I'm going to grill my chicken on the fry pan.
Okay.
And the same fry pan, I'm going to use to do my gravy sauce. So the major reason for that is to also get the taste of the chicken from the gravy sauce.
Oh, okay.
So finally, we're still going to use the chicken to also marinate, seasoning with the gravy sauce along with it. You know,
Okay.
so as long as you're doing it, the taste coming from the chicken and the gravy sauce become so
everything
balanced. Exactly.
Fantastic. Great stuff happening here. I am super excited about this morning's dish. Yes. All right. So right now we're actually just waiting for our potatoes to get ready, and then we toss them in, wait for them till they're properly cooked, and then start to work on the gravy sauce. Now, tell us, what's the gravy sauce like for those who really do not have an idea?
Yeah, actually, gravy sauce is just like it's a juice from any meat, like a beef or chicken. Yeah, it's just a very plain sauce. You know, if you don't have, most people don't have stock at home. You don't have chicken or whatever. But if you just want to make a very fast stock, you do gravy sauce. You know, basically I have my bay leaf, dry bay leaf. A lot of people use dry bay leaf, and then from there you just create a sauce from the scratch. So you just get stuff from there, and then
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So for those who really do not have access to bay leaf, okay, bay leaves, you could actually get them. They're very, very affordable.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's the bay leaf. Just in case you're not sure, it's the one you could put in jollof rice. You know, that dry leaf. It's just that he blended it here, and it's right here. So you could either blend it, or you could just, put it in. I actually didn't know you could actually blend it. I have no idea. I'm just finding out for the first time because I just, break them into pieces.
Surprise.
Oh, look at that.
Actually, have here.
Great.
Yes.
So what I do is I just break them and just toss them into the pan.
Exactly.
I don't, blend them. But now you have given me such an amazing idea. I'm going to blend my bay leaf. 4th, yes.
But on these, you're not going to blend it. You're just going to saute it. But do a lot to blend it.
Okay.
Yeah. The leaf is actually a very good leaf.
Yes,
a lot of people do with jollof rice.
It is.
If you don't have jollof rice, you're not doing jollof rice.
Trust me, I add bay leaf in practically everything. Right there on your screen are the ingredients, just in case you missed out on it. This morning we are making salted potatoes with chicken in gravy sauce. And right, there you have your ingredients. You have your oil, salt, garlic, onions, bay leaf, black pepper, flour, water, celery, Irish potatoes, onions, and chicken, and our Irish potatoes, of course. I think I mentioned that earlier.
Garlic.
And what?
I think you're missing this.
Garlic. I mentioned garlic earlier.
Okay,
yes, I did. I actually did mention garlic. All right, great. Well, our gravy sauce will be cooking in a while. We're just going to toss in our chicken, wait for that juice, to come out, and then, toss in all the other ingredients. And just in case you didn't notice, we are using a lot of natural herbs this morning on the show. And that's it for now. There's still so much more, guys. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Oui, nous avons qui vous matins commence ici avec nous. Nous entendons même qui certains entendent vous régler vos alarmes pour les spectacles Wake Up Nigeria.
No, don't adjust the language settings on your TV. Don't adjust it yet. It was just Mazino's thing.
Yes.
Yes. So just stay right there. If you don't know what he was saying, he was speaking French, and he's trying to brush up on that, right?
Yes, indeed. I was saying.
You
want to tell them? Yeah, go ahead, tell them.
Well, in English, that would be, we love that your mornings begin right here with us. We even hear that some of you set your alarms to wake up Nigeria.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And if I messed that up, I am so sorry. I'm trying to catch up on all the French that I used to know 20 years ago. So please do bear with me, okay?
20 years ago. Not bad, though. Not bad. And if you're out there and you'd like to give Mazino a hand with his French lessons, hey, you can reach out to us on Wake Up Nigeria on all our social media platforms. Send us your greetings in French.
Yeah, please, in French. Make sure it's family friendly, okay? By the way, do you know any French? Is there anything French oriented in the kitchen there?
French, but we are not, this is not French at all. This is just a regular English meal. And of course, Chef Isaac is doing justice to it. As you can see, we are marinating our chicken right now, and it's about to go into the pan, and we're about to saute. Yeah.
There's a lot happening in that kitchen.
Yes, there is.
Yes, indeed.
A lot happening.
Tell you what, when you send in that message, make sure it's something that has to do with our beautiful kitchen going in there. I will try my best to translate it, but make sure that it's simple, okay? Alrighty, so hey, does it feel anything like December or Christmas yet? Is the question that we were asking earlier today. Maybe we'll get to read some of those messages inside of our social media, okay?
Yes, sir. My name is Titilaya Oyinson. We have a fun-filled hour to go.
And of course, my name is Mazino Apil. Remember, you can use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms, and you could be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian television.
Remember, you can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere across the world. Just download our mobile app. It's free on the Google Play Store and, of course, for iOS. So now let's see what's left on the show.
Yes, indeed. So now on Book Chat, joining us is Ifi Onyegbule, a trained investigative journalist at the RNTC. She is a presentation coach, social critic, publisher, and author, and she'll be talking about a book, How Did We Get Here?
And of course, that question is a very important one. How did we get here? And tech has a way of explaining some of those questions to us. I know that Mike has tech updates on lockdown for us. That is still coming up.
And finally, we would be joined by Mr. Isi Abebe of ShopX TV, and we'll be diving into what that is all about.
Rice cookers, roasters, slow cookers, and just how many pots and pans does one kitchen really need? And every time you cook, cleanup's a disaster. Scraping, scrubbing, what a chore. What if you could replace all this with one single non-stick pan? And what if this pan was innovative in design and made of the highest quality craftsmanship? And what if you could cook with it on the stove and the oven? Introducing Copper Chef, the non-stick all-round square.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Are your kitchen drawers starting to look like a bad garage sale? Steamers, rice cookers, roasters, slow cookers, and just how many pots and pans does one kitchen really need? And every time you cook, cleanup's a disaster. Scrape, scrubbing, what a chore. What if you could replace all this with one single non-stick pan? And what if this pan was innovative and designed and made of the highest quality craft?
A beautiful 1 hour gone by already, and you're welcome inside the second one here. Mike is holding something. I don't know that's from the previous conversation you had with our art expert.
So it's part of our ornament in the kitchen now. Aww. Thank you so much, Ify.
So
this
nice.
Is lovely. This is lovely.
Is that from it has the Central African feel.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just trying to segue into Richard Bema.
We have a Gaddafi Bema.
Yes, well, in-house joke. But trust me, that's going to be in a lot of conversations today with Bridget Bema and all of that. But tell you what, we've got plenty more coming this hour. The kitchen is sizzling, everybody's still looking good, and we are hungry. But we've got weather and then more for after. Do stay tuned. And of course, you're welcome back. Let's do the news now. We begin with the different sides of the invitation of President Muhammadu Buhari to the National Assembly over growing insecurity in the country. Now, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami says the confidentiality of strategies employed by the President as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is not open for public subjection. Mr. Malami says the National Assembly has no constitutional power to anticipate or contemplate a situation where the President would be summoned by it on the operational use of the armed forces. According to the senior advocate of Nigeria, the right of the President to engage the National Assembly and prepare before it is inherently discretionary in the President and not at the behest of the National Assembly. The statement added, as the Commander-in-Chief, the President has exclusivity on security and has confidentiality over security. By summoning President on national security operational matters, the House of Representatives operated outside constitutional bounds. The President is expected to appear before the lawmakers tomorrow, but at plenary today, or rather yesterday, the House failed to mention an item on its order, a paper to admit President Buhari into the chamber. Meanwhile, the members of the House of Representatives are cautiously keeping mute over what it seems to be President Muhammadu Buhari's decision not to appear before the joint sitting of the National Assembly. But the lawmakers across party lines believe it will be in the best interest of the country if the President honors Parliament's invitation. Recall that the House of Representatives has summoned the President over the attack on rice farmers in Zabamari, a community in Jere local government area, which saw at least 43 farmers killed. More than a dozen more are missing. Professor Mahmood Yakubu has been sworn in for a second term as the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission. On Tuesday last week, the Senate confirmed his appointment as chairman of the electoral body. The swearing-in took place just before the start of the 27th Virtual Federal Executive Council meeting. On October 27, 2020, President Muhammadu Buhari reappointed Yakubu as chairman of INEC for another 5-year term, making him the first person to be handed a second tenure as head of the commission. And that's as much news as we can take for this hour. Do stay tuned. We've got Mike on sport coming up.
Mike Mesikeno once again in sports. Nigeria's under-20 football team, the Flying Eagles, have lost their second match of the WAFO Under-20 Championship. The Nigerian boys narrowly went down 1-0 against the Black Satellites of Ghana on Wednesday evening. The result puts Nigeria's qualification for the semi-finals of the tournament in jeopardy, having drawn the opening game 1-1 against Cote d'Ivoire. The Flying Eagles' hopes for qualifying now depend on Ghana beating Cote d'Ivoire by 2-0 in their final group game. And on to the NWFL. The 2021 Nigerian Women Football League has kicked off on Wednesday with 6 games on match day 1. Lafia was where dignitaries gathered to watch Lagos club FC Robo Queens play host club Nasarawa Amazons in the league opener. The second half goal earned Robo Queens a deserved win and the maximum points as they kicked the season off on a bright note. Of course, other results, Odubanjo Dominance scored the brace and Yasser Gift added the third as Delta Queens dazzled dreams of Dream Stars with a 4-1 win at the Agbo Township Stadium. Suliat Ajibade scored the solitary goal in Ocean Babes' 1-0 victory away to Ibom Angels. Abia Angels outplayed Pelican Stars 2-0, while Confluence Queens shared points with Rivers Angels after a 1-1 draw. And moving on from that, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been fined $10,000 for his social media post considered to have tarnished the honor and image of a Confederation of African Football. The Arsenal captain made some comments on social media after his Gabon team spent the night in an airport floor ahead of an African Cup of Nations qualifier in Gambia last month. Aubameyang and his teammates were not allowed to leave the airport as officials argued over COVID-19 testing. CAF's disciplinary committee said the content of his comments were offensive and degrading. CAF also fined the Gambian Football Association $100,000. Now, Tottenham head coach Jose Mourinho's hopes that PSG's game against Istanbul Başakşehir becomes iconic in the fight against racism. Players and staff from both teams walked off the pitch and did not return after the fourth official allegedly made a racist remark to Istanbul assistant coach Pierre Webu. Mourinho described the situation as very sad but praised all the players for acting in solidarity. Of course, the match had to restart from the 14th minute yesterday, and PSG won that match 5-1 against Istanbul Başakşehir in the Champions League. Of course, the big story had to be that Inter did not even qualify for Europa. They're out. Of course, we'll give you that and much more tomorrow on The Big Game. We'll take a break now. There's still more to come on the show. It's Tech Thursday. Of course, we have something very interesting to talk about this morning. Mazino, of course, is with me this morning. How are you doing, Mazino?
Hey, how you doing, Mike?
Okay, good, good.
Alrighty.
Now, the first one. Now, there has always been this sort of disconnect between science, stroke technology, and religion.
Yeah.
People always feel that they are verse and they are two entirely different things. Okay. But the world is coming to a point whereby technology and religion, they're coming together. There's there's that bridge, and actually they actually can help each other function very well. Okay. That's where our first story kicks up from. Just watch this very short clip and we'll talk about it.
Artificial intelligence is being incorporated in every aspect of our lives, and now plans are afoot for using the technology to ease the process of pilgrimage to Mecca. Saudi Arabia's Ministry of Hajj and Umrah announced a series of digital services which will be launched by 2030 to help the pilgrimage process. All future Hajj participants will apply through a mobile app, including those from abroad. After the application process, participants are then provided with a package that includes an electronic card, wristband, and earphones. The card will serve as a multi-purpose smart card. In addition to being the ticket to the Al Haramain train, it will also grant pilgrims access to their hotel rooms. The wristband will be most beneficial during Tawaf, as it will keep record of the amount of times a person has circumambulated the Kaaba. It will also assist in Quranic recitals through different stages of the spiritual journey. Lastly, the earphones will serve as an instant translator, eliminating all language barriers. All participants will be tracked using AI, and families will no longer have to worry about losing each other among the vast crowds. The aim is to provide more comfort for Hajj pilgrims without affecting the spiritual aspect of performing their obligatory duties. Shadan Hammam, Al Arabiya.
Wow, that's the first thing that came up from my mouth when I went through all of this.
Yeah.
Mazuno, what do you think about all of that?
Very interesting. I find the part where it actually serves as instant translator. I'm wondering how that's going to work.
Okay, so what happens is that, you know how they translate when you come to conferences?
Yeah.
You have a booth where you have a number of translators,
Yeah.
right? You have a number of translators,
Yeah.
they're all seated. And so whoever is talking gets it to them. So each of them is translating in one language
Okay.
into some sort of a central system. So
Okay.
it depends. When you have the earphone, you choose which language
What
you
channel,
want.
okay.
What channel you want. So
Okay,
that
very
channel just gets
interesting.
through, but there's somebody there translating whatever is happening. So yes, there's that technology and human interface coming together.
Oh, that's
So that's what,
fantastic.
and then what happens is that you can also track anybody via your
Know
tag.
where they are.
So you know how the Hajj is when they're
Yeah.
circling the what's it called now? Is it the Kaaba or the
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I missed that. But when they're circling, so it can tell you how many times you've circled. You know, to keep count. You can check for your family. You know where each person is. So if I hold my phone here, okay, so let's say wake up is going
You
to
can
the
track
Hajj.
everybody. You can track anyone.
Exactly. I know where MM is. If MM is running to the kitchen and he wants to hide, I can like, okay, no, MM in the kitchen. Or if it is going to do makeup while we're supposed to be performing in the shopping, I can find out where she's. Or maybe if you're going to take a ride on your bike instead of having some religious
I knew you were gonna
observance,
get
I can find where you are. So it's a lot, and it's massive. It's massive. When I thought about this, I was like, yes, technology, science, and religion can really do something together.
Oh, that's very interesting. Oh. What else have you got?
Okay, so this one is quite Christopher Nolan, one of the
Alright.
greatest minds in Hollywood. I mean, when we say greatest mind, he confuses us as well as confusing himself too.
Didn't he
Because-
write Tenet?
Yeah, he is, of course, now. He's the director of Tenet. I mean, when you think of stories like Inception and all of that, that's
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan. He knows how to twist and everything. So he has gone as far as calling HBO Max the worst streaming service ever.
Ah, why? Because I've never experienced. I don't think we have experienced HBO Max in Nigeria. But why
Okay,
is this?
Yeah, so you know, streaming services is now the order of the day. Of course, after COVID-19, we found that the stocks of Netflix, of
Went up.
HBO, and all of them, of Apple Plus, they went up because people had to sit back at home and watch movies. So HBO Max came up with something that all their movies, I'm talking about major blockbusters, are going to be released on the same day in theaters around the world and also on streaming
So how
service.
is that a bad thing? Because I think that's a potpourri of movies that you can see.
A very big potpourri, but man, Hollywood is going bonkers.
Why?
From everywhere. Look, you know that there are residual payments that come in after movies go up on the big screen, according to how it goes. You're talking
Yeah.
about a lot of jobs or a lot of people that will make money from the big screen. Now, the point is that as the movie is released on the big screen, on that same day, you can get a high-quality, excellent version of the movie online. Pirates is going to be a field day for them.
Okay.
Do you know how many people will not go to the cinemas
Yeah.
that can get that movie online? How much revenue will be lost? So even HBO Max, the streaming service, and also the theaters will not make as much as they would love or they would have made because it's going to be available to every other person.
But I'm assuming that they must have a reason for doing this that benefits them somehow. I'm trying
So
to see
it's the
what-
pandemic, so they're thinking about it. Look, hey, not every theater will be open in 2021.
Oh, okay.
You know, so that's so the streaming services. But by the way, HBO Max has the lowest numbers when it comes to streaming services. Netflix, of course, is number one, followed by Apple Plus. HBO Max is thinking that this will help them, but the first one is going to come out with Wonder Woman, which will be on the 25th of December. It will be available on HBO Max. Okay, moving on from that, if you've ever done business with WhatsApp, well, there's a WhatsApp card now. WhatsApp is becoming a world on its own. I mean, I remember when we had different messenger services on phone. BBM, of course, was the most popular. Of course, you had Messenger and all of that. But WhatsApp is now total. Look, shopping on WhatsApp. Have you ever tried shopping on WhatsApp? Have you ever done
I keep
business on
getting
WhatsApp?
invitations. I
Okay.
just think it's too personal. I don't want to have business on my WhatsApp.
On your WhatsApp, right? Mary is somebody that definitely
Yeah, we
has
know what
used
she's
that
doing
service.
on WhatsApp. Body
She's
enhancement
selling
creams.
enlargement creams for some parts of the body, and she has a WhatsApp business account for that. Well, you can now shop in carts on WhatsApp now. So that means that you can get all your things, organize them together, and pay for them at once. So it's the way these guys are going very soon, man. I mean, we'll be looking at maybe the Jumias, and maybe they're trying to give some competition to the Amazons, of course. Amazon, we know how well their stocks have done during the lockdown. When it comes to online shopping, they've gone right all the way up. So WhatsApp is trying to tap into that market, saying that, look, we are all inclusive. You can do whatever you want to do on WhatsApp. Business, pleasure, all in one place.
I assume very soon we'll be able to do banking even on WhatsApp.
On
I'm
WhatsApp.
sure that's
Very
coming.
true. Very true. That is definitely a possibility. Thank you very much, Mazino. That's all we have on Tech Discussion this morning. We'll take a short break. There's still a little bit more. There's a book chat, one quite interesting one. Of course, there's the kitchen. Stay with us.
Nigeria. Now, if you've ever thought about becoming a presenter, either on radio or TV, now, this is the kind of book you probably should pick up before you make that decision. It's time for Book Chat, and the name of our book this morning is How Did We Get Here?, written by Ife Onyewole. And she's an investigative journalist, and she is a presentation coach, a social critic, publisher, and author. And she's going to be talking about this book right now with me. And I have to say, really well done for putting this together.
Thank you.
I'm thinking about, okay, so I read from the profile that you've been in the industry for over 20 years.
Yes,
First of all, I have to say, you don't look it.
Really?
Yeah, but our conversation just now does give me a little insight into the reason why you put this book together. But for those that weren't with us at that time, let's go over that. Why did you put this book together?
Okay, I've had to answer this question over and over again, and I always say to people that I grew up in the old brigade. I want to call it the old school. That's what the new people, the young people call it today. But I think the old school is actually the best school. That's where I grew up. And there was a lot of learning for me, where I cut my teeth as it is. And so many of the things that happened, all of those things came together to actually position me for the job. I'm sure for anyone who has heard broadcasters talk, when you hear the people I prefer to call ancestors, you know, we have veterans in the business, we have ancestors.
True.
And this is a kind of job where you get better with time. You know, as you stay on in the job, you get better. So when you hear some of those are ancestors in the business, some of them are still in the business when they talk, they say to you that broadcasters are born, they're not made. I talked about that days ago, and someone said to me, so what's with all the trainings that you organize? Is it that the people who come for those trainings, they're just coming to waste their time? And I said, no. There must be something inside of you, and that's why when you have an audition, you write the report and say to the people, that's the employers, that this person is trainable. Not everyone is trainable in the job. So when you do those auditions, you say this person is trainable, this is what we can do, this is what we can do. And that's why you have to help this person bring out that talent, you help them hone that skill, and you advise them. You're going to be good as a producer, you'll be good as a presenter, you'll be a very good reporter.
So is this an advisory note to future broadcasters?
It's like a workbook as it is. As I always say to people, when you have this, it helps you understand some of the things that you need to avoid when you step into the profession. I didn't have anyone share things like this with me, but I've been able to catalog some of the mistakes that I made. Some of the things here.
Let's go over them then.
Yes. Okay. Let's look at there's one that's very, that strikes a chord with so many persons. And that's page 4. You cannot correct me.
Yeah.
Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn. That's something by Benjamin Franklin. Of course, with time, we're going to have quotes from Nigerians as it is. But when you look at this, young persons, I'm sure there are people who mentor under you.
Yeah, true.
And you try to tell someone something, they say to you, that's not how it is done.
Okay.
I remember saying to a young lady, I was going to take over, and she talked to the hour. And I said to her, no, you're supposed to sign out 5 minutes, you know, to the end of the show. That's when you should sign off. But she said to me, that's old school. So why am I leaving the 5 minutes?
Wow.
I said, you're leaving that 5 minutes for the person who's coming to take over to now adjust to what it is. And you have to play music so that the person who's listening to you understands that a new program is coming on. So not many people like to be corrected. They say to you, look, you cannot correct me. I know it all. But they forget that in this business, nobody knows it all. I'm still learning as it is.
I was going to touch on something else you said here, which is a really big issue. This is chapter 6, and you say the station is nothing without me.
A lot of people think that they are the ones who make the station. Yes, it's a relationship that's kind of symbiotic. I would say that. But they need to understand that without you, the station moves on.
Wow.
There are different stations where I've been in about 14 or 15 radio and TV stations in the course of my 20 years in the business. And I found out that, yes, we've lost some people who passed on. People have moved on. I have moved on, you know, from some stations. But the station does not shut down. You're the one who will move. With or without you, the station will function as it is. And so many people think that, look, when you get suspended from your job or from your chore in the radio or the TV station, the station shuts down. It's impossible. The station is always the bigger body, and people need to respect that. So that's what I meant. That's what I tried to capture.
Honestly,
right there.
and I think you captured it quite well. So you tagged the title here, 25 mistakes that radio presenters must avoid.
Yes.
But then you talk a bit about vacation in the book. And I remember when I started, I was told you don't expect to go on vacation at all. I spent about 6 or 7 years back to back spending Christmas in the radio station. Not a lot of people know that, we work during vacations. So, but why did you touch on this particular
Now, you've just talked about Christmas. For us as media persons, the news watch never stops. There's no Christmas, there's no New Year. Years ago when I was in Radio Nigeria, I think one of the Christmases, someone called into the show and said to me that they were going to send me a Christmas meal, and the box came, because you're always at work. While I was working in the radio station also, I think I worked for 3 years consecutively doing the Sunday show. I never went to church one day, but my church was on air. And, we were doing everything we had to do. And I was talking about the word and all of that. So when you take your vacation, what I meant here was you need to take time, either a day or two, or take your casual leave 5 days, go somewhere and refresh.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be on Christmas Day. It doesn't have to be New Year. I've done a Muslim program before because there was a script. The Muslims had to go have their holiday, you understand? But there was a script and the music was there. All you needed to do was try and get in the mood as much as possible. And there have been Muslims too who have done Christian programs because people need to take off. But the thing is, you need to find time, a day or two, go and relax. Because with the kind of jobs that we do, you can easily thin out. And when you thin out, people will notice, whether they watch you on TV, whether they listen to you on radio, you begin to sound like a broken record. So it's always good to refresh.
I have to say that this book is quite broad.
Yes, it is.
Because you even go into things like breath control and learning to speak. You really went very deep into this, into the profession, even though it is quite, it's not a very long book, but it's very direct.
Yeah, we did it like a comfortable book where you can just sit down, pick it up, you're waiting for someone, you're reading. You find out that from one page to the other, you're reading this, you want to go into the next, you want to know what's happening. And by the way, I'm trying to do the audio book so that when you're traveling, you can just slot it in and you're listening if you cannot sit down to read. But we just talked about breath control. Not too many people understand that. Have you listened to some people, whether on radio, whether on television, as you talk, you're breathing into the mic. You shouldn't breathe into the mic.
And it's something you learn. That.
Yes, but you learn it. You learn to not breathe into the mic. And thank God I have low cut. I don't have hair like you do. What you do is go under your shower, have the water, turn on the water, and find how much, or think about how much you can hold your breath. I swim. Sometimes you get underwater, hold your breath. It's about finding the ways to hold your breath.
So much to learn in this. There is. Thank you so much for coming to share this with us. Once again, the name of the book is How Did We Get Here? 25 Mistakes That Radio Presenters Must Avoid. Ife Onyegbule is the author, and she's been gracious enough to come and join us. So it's time for us to also return that graciousness and invite you to the kitchen.
Let's find out exactly what's there. I did say to you, I've been going to the gym for some time, so I'm just hoping that what they have.
Welcome to the kitchen.
Please take a seat.
Thank you.
Please take a seat.
Please have a seat.
So
all right. So we
go ahead. MM actually was at a session over the weekend.
Yes, I was.
That
was last weekend.
Training some young broadcasters. So it's very cool.
Yeah, it was quite a rewarding experience. All right, welcome to our kitchen.
Thank you.
Yes, and Chef Isaac has been hard at work trying to put together this amazing breakfast this morning. So he's making sauteed potatoes with great chicken in gravy sauce. So here's the sauce, and that's the potatoes, and it looks really, really, really good. Well done.
I think
Chef Isaac.
I think this works.
I mean, this is what happens when you have an international
on
the show.
The extra perfectionists.
Exactly.
Aren't they?
Okay, but it's not yet ready, but we have to go. Chef, can you just tell us what's remaining? What next will you do?
Yeah, I just want it to get a little bit thick.
Okay.
While my potato get sauteed well.
Okay.
Because I just need a few minutes and it'll be okay. Everything's ready.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So that's basically it. Great stuff.
I wanted to say Mr. Isi Abebe from ShopX TV was supposed to be with us here today, and he was going to talk a bit about what they're up to. But we'll be having it again sometime in the near future if you are standing by for that particular segment. So, Chef.
Well done.
I can't wait for this to be done, but we have to wrap it up now. We're fast spent on time. Goodness me, Chef. I think we should taste the potatoes.
Let's
just taste the potatoes.
But there's something that I smell and it's really nice. I love garlic.
Yes.
I love it so
yes.
much.
That's in the
I love it.
As a radio personality.
Let's have some potatoes on the plate. Yeah.
That's in that gravy sauce, by the way.
Yeah,
so I'm just going to dish this.
Okay, beautiful.
Me. Just a little bit.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay.
So tomorrow is going to be a big day. Of course, I'll be giving out movie tickets tomorrow. Quite a lot.
It's also what?
Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, you say it like you always say it. Go on.
It's game day! It's been a while since I've done that. I missed that. But Mazino is our games master for tomorrow. So we'll be doing that.
All right, and then thanks to everyone who's been on the show today. We've had an amazing time. Thank you so much, Chef Isaac and Ifyu Yengwili. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to be back here tomorrow again at 7 a.m., people. Make sure you join us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.